Vaping. It's something you all know about and see every day. It has become a large problem in America among teens, and it needs to be stopped. First, I'm going to start by showing you this picture. This is a 16-year-old boy around our age from Detroit who, according to Ann Thompson in her video for NBC News, was moments away from death due to vaping. But we'll come back to that later. So today, we're going to cover the effects of vaping and what it can do to your body. And I'm sure most of you already know that vaping has negative health effects, but we still continue to do it. I've personally seen multiple people in the high school vaping on Snapchat or Instagram, and a lot more people do it than teachers are aware of. Then we're going to go over how teens are getting access to this problem and how we are going to fix the problem. So back to that teenager from Detroit. He had to have a double lung transplant due to vaping problems. His lungs were so diseased that this dark spot where the arrow is pointing to was the only air in his lungs. His doctor, Dr. Nicholas Yelp, said that he would have died within minutes without the heroic measures taken. This was the first ever double lung transplant needed for vaping-related injuries. Most people that have double lung transplants aren't expected to live 10 years past the transplant if they aren't able to have another transplant at that point in time. However, this boy's doctor believes that he will be able to defy the odds simply because of his age and his health other than his lung health. According to Ann Thompson, there are 2,000 vaping-related illnesses right now that have been discovered, and this number is only expected to rise in the next few years. So what in the vapes is causing this illness? According to Lori Kiersey in her article, Health Advocates Express Concern Over Safety of Vaping Chemicals, a study done by the Center for Environmental Health showed that 97 vaping products had very high levels of formaldehyde and acetaldehyde. These chemicals are directly linked to causing cancer. The main uses for these chemicals, for formaldehyde, it's used mainly for wood adhesives, so like wood glue and anything else you would use. And acetaldehyde is used to create other chemicals like the ones in perfumes and disinfectants. Obviously, these chemicals have no place in the human body, and they are causing multiple diseases, and they are also in the chemicals that are in cigarettes that are linked directly to causing cancer. Okay, so there's another chemical called dictaldehyde, I believe is how it's pronounced, and it's directly linked to causing popcorn lung. Popcorn lung is basically just swelling and deformation of your lungs, and it causes hard times breathing, and it can also cause you to need a double lung transplant like that Detroit teen needed. This is a picture of normal lungs compared to the ones with popcorn lung. And as you can see, the normal lung, the pathway into the lung is much more open, so it would be fairly easy to get air in. But with the popcorn lung, it's very closed, so it's hard for you to get the air in and for you to breathe out the air. So it doesn't only prevent your body from getting air in, but it also prevents your body from releasing the air, and it is not good to keep the extra air in your body. So saving your money. A pack of Juul pods is $16, but I'm sure most of you already know that. So if you go through about one pod a day, that you will spend $1,460 in a year. With that money, you could buy AirPods, an iPad, a PS4, and still have about $500 left for food or whatever other expenses you may have. So if you enjoy having money and enjoy having nice things, maybe wasting it on Juul pods and vape juice isn't the best idea. So how are teenagers getting access to these vaping products? So how many of you are 18 or have a friend who's 18 or older? How many of your friends would buy Juul pods for you if you asked? Thank you for being honest. So minors are getting their devices and their pods or Juuls from people who are old enough to legally buy the products. Most of them are still in high school. Your senior friends that are 18 will buy you pods if they can. If you'll give them a little bit of extra money for the pods, I'm sure they'd gladly do it for you. So why are students vaping opposed to smoking? According to E.V. Blad and his article, Schools Play Catch Up to the Rise of Student Vaping, most students begin vaping because of the fruit and candy-flavored vaping products. And principals say that vaping is harder to detect in schools for multiple reasons. So vaping doesn't leave as much of a trail as smoking does for multiple reasons. With vaping, right after you release the vapor from your lungs, it disintegrates much faster than cigarette smoke would. And it also doesn't leave behind a distinct smell like cigarettes. Everybody knows what cigarette smoke smells like. But with vapes being flavored like blueberry or Nerds, when you smell that, your first instinct isn't, oh, that's a vape. You're probably going to think it's a perfume or a lotion. And then the vaping devices themselves are very discreet. A Juul could easily be mistaken as a USB. And then there's also products like the Enjoy, which is very small and can be easily slipped into a pocket and go undetected. And there are multiple other small products that are just less popular, but it's very easy to get a hold of a very small thing that you could hide. The easiest way for schools to crack down on vaping would be to make sure that the students don't have access to the products, right? But obviously, they cannot control the adults who are buying the products for the minors. But a lot of schools are making students backpacks. They have to go through their backpacks at the beginning of like every week so that to make sure that they don't have any vaping products, and their parents have to sign like a waiver saying, yes, you can go through my child's backpack. So what's the solution? Obviously, the easiest solution is if you haven't started vaping, don't. You may be at a party with some friends and they want you to try it, but it is not worth it. The health risks linked to vaping are not worth it. However, if you do already vape, there are some solutions and a way to quit. There is nicotine gum. You chew this gum and it slowly releases nicotine into your body so that you are not looking for that nicotine. There's a nicotine patch. You put it on your arm and it releases the nicotine into your body. Again, it's a much safer way. And then you can quit cold turkey. Now this is hard because you will be wanting that nicotine all day because you are addicted. But it is the safest way and the best way for your health. There are other ways to quit. Some people have tried hypnosis, and there are also pills that you could get from a doctor to help you, but that's a very expensive route. And regardless of the method you use, it's worth it because it will benefit your health majorly. So today, we have discussed vaping and the effects it has on our bodies and how to stop that problem. I want you guys to think about this information and think how it could affect your life. If you vape or have a friend or family member who vapes, hopefully this information can sway you to quit or can sway you to get them to quit. Quitting may be hard, but it will improve your health, help you save money, and give you an overall healthier lifestyle.